Hi, this is Juliana and welcome back to another YouTube video. Sorry it's been a while, but I've been reading this semi-new book called Out of My Dreams by Shonda M. Draper, the same author who wrote Out of My Mind in that whole series, and her movie, Out of My Mind, is coming to Disney Plus on November 22nd, 2024. So I believe she wrote the book to give us something to look forward to other than the movie. But let's get into the video.
Welcome back to another video. Today's video is why am I wearing sunglasses?
It's Juliana and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be answering, do you blind people? So, as I said in the title, I just got finished reading the book Out of My Dreams, and me, myself, having cerebral palsy, can relate a lot to it, but then there's parts of the book that I can't relate to. So, I can't wait to see the movie, but I'm gonna talk about the movie and the book here a little bit. So, the book is great. It continues with Melody. If you haven't read the book, Melody is the main character in the series, and she has cerebral palsy and uses a communication device and a wheelchair to go about living her daily life. And so it follows her along in school and just on life's journey of how she deals with people and how she eventually is able to communicate with other people and not just her family. But it also shows like her growth through the first book to the Out of My Dreams book. So it shows like how much she's grown over time and how she's learned a lot, and how some parents of people with disabilities put limits on their kids and don't allow them to go through life and do certain things. And so, spoiler alert, stop the video here if you don't want to hear spoilers if you haven't heard or read the book. So this book in particular, Out of My Dreams, Melody saves the life of another character, her next door neighbor, Miss Gertie, which we find out is a retired actor, and she falls while gardening, and Melody just happens to be looking out the window and uses her communication device, Elvira, to call the emergency responders, EMS responders, to get help over to Miss Gertie, and then gets put on the news because she's, of course, non-speaking, non-verbal, and so the average person doesn't think she can call 911 because she can't talk, and it goes deeper, but and so she gets put on the news, or asked to be joined as part of the news, and then as part of that, Miss Gertie wanted to go see her family in part of London, and she hadn't been there for a while, so the news station then gives a whole trip to London to both Miss Gertie and family members, and Melody too. And so it's kind of cool. So they get to go to London and explore, and that's just part of the book, and I loved it. I love this series, and it's great because it shows that just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't help someone when in need. And so it shows that, but then it shows later on in the book that that Melody goes to this conference in London, and she meets all these people with different disabilities. So it shows you like the disability spectrum and how it's really big. And so someone with cerebral palsy could be like me, and then someone else like with cerebral palsy could be closer to Melody. So I'm fine with being able to speak, but my legs don't work as well as they should, and I can't hear, or I have a hard time seeing, and some people might not have a hard time seeing but have a hard time walking. So you never know. And so I like how it goes into that a little bit, and it shows you the life lessons I learned from that is just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't do what you want to do or help someone out when they need help. So I liked the life lessons I learned, and just from the whole series in general, because it teaches kids, it teaches adults that people with disabilities are just like any other person. They might just have a hard time getting around. So I liked the book, and I appreciate the series, and it didn't seem like it was rushed at all. It seemed like that's just the time frame like that it came out. It seemed very well put together and very well written, like the rest of her books. The rest of the series was very well written, and I can't wait to see if there's more to the series. It was a great read. I would recommend it if you haven't read it. I would recommend the whole series, the Out of My Mind series. If you haven't read any of those books, they're all great books. And they teach everyone and anyone about disabilities. And what you might know something about a disability, and there's still a lot to learn about any and every disability, and that we're all not alike, and we're all different, but we can help each other out, and we can be friends with one another, and there might be different ways to communicate. And so I love that about this book, and I can't wait for November 22nd to come, and so I can tell you about the movie and review the movie myself as a person with cerebral palsy. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, hello, I'm Juliana. I'm a YouTuber with cerebral palsy and deaf blindness due to cerebral palsy. So if you like that kind of content and learning about people with different disabilities, this is the place to be. Subscribe down below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and peace out, guys.